health, who is going to delve into literally everything we have to know about mental health. And I can't wait. I've seen G in the comment section saying she can't wait. I equally can't wait, honestly. So if you also can't wait, let me see your shouting in the comment section with I can't wait. So I've actually known this guest for the past 5-6 years. She's been a very good friend and sister, very hardworking, humble, and she's really great at what she does. That is being a nurse. Aside being a nurse, she's an entrepreneur as well. And she, after high school, was a teacher to, kids. So she really understands human beings. She really understands our behavior, our behavioral traits and everything. Without much ado, because I know you are itching. Myself, I'm itching to, listen to her. So without much ado, kindly, with a round of applause. And I want to hear your shouting. So if you can't wait to hear our guest speak, let me see your shouting with a heart emoji and, everything in the comment section, because I can't wait myself. If you don't shout, she won't come. If we don't hear your shouting, she won't come. I think she's in now. Hello, Miss Farida.
Hi guys. I hope you can hear me and hear me. I hope you can hear me, guys.
Yes. So welcome on the show once again. So I know you're itching to tell us what you've got. So let me just leave you to start.
Thank you very much. I was privileged to join the call last week, and I really enjoyed what you do here at Legacy Queens, and I'm very happy to be a part of it today. Okay, so as she already said, my name is Farida, and I'm a community health nurse awaiting posters. We are the ones that wear brown. So yeah, our job encompasses a whole lot of things, but mostly people know us for giving immunizations and then taking care of pregnant women, but we do a whole lot more than that. Today, we are going to be talking about mental health. Okay. Who has ever heard of the phrase, everyone is mad? If you've heard of that, can I see a thumbs up in the comment section? If you've heard of the phrase, everyone is mad, can I see it? Oh, okay. It looks like a lot of people have heard of that phrase. So yes, everybody is mad in the sense that mental health is a very broad topic, okay? We all think we are fine when it comes to our mental well-being, but then as we are going to go through the topic today, we are going to realize that yes, one way or another, all of us seem to have some kind of negative mental health, okay? So first off, we are going to start with what is mental health. When we say mental health, or when you hear mental health, what comes to mind? Okay, so mental health is a state of well-being, okay? A state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with normal stress of life, okay? Can work productively, and then be able to contribute to his or her community. So for you to be aware of yourself, for you to be able to realize that, okay, this is something that can stress me out. This is something that when I do will stress me out, but then I can cope with it. It wouldn't affect me. for you to be able to work with the day in, day out stresses of life, and then for you to be able to positively contribute to your community. That is mental health. You are aware of doing all of this. I hope you get me. Please, can I see a thumbs up in the comment section if you get where this is going? Okay, so I'm not spewing nonsense. I'm very happy. Okay, so mental health is more than just the absence of mental disorders. Okay, so most of the times we assume that I'm not on the street, or I'm not talking, or I'm not, how will I put it? I'm not actively taking any mental disorder medication, so I'm fine. Okay, mental health, mental disorder. The peak or the highest point of mental health is about not only avoiding active mental conditions or active mental disorders, okay, but also looking after your ongoing wellness. The peak of mental health is not just avoiding or the absence of mental disorders, okay, but it has to do with you being able to continue on the path that you are on when you are healthy. I hope you get me. Okay, so it is estimated, okay, according to World Health Organization, sorry, it's estimated that if you pick every 5 adults or every 5 grown individuals, you would find one with a mental disorder. Yes, 1 out of every 5 adults experiences mental health problems every year. So this means that mental health is with us, like it's more common than we realize. Because if we are picking every 5 people and we are getting 1 person with a mental health problem every year, this means that Ghana alone, we have like millions of mad people. Yes. So we are going to look at some of the risk factors, what leads to, or what mental health encompasses. Okay. Now, everyone has risk factors. Everyone has the risk of developing a mental health disorder. Okay. No matter your age, your sex, your height or body size, or your ethnicity. Mental health doesn't know that, oh, this is a child. Mental health doesn't know that this is a female, this is a male. It doesn't know that this man is big, this man is short. No. Everyone is prone to mental health, okay? And then these are the major things that expose us to mental health problems. The first one, we have social and financial circumstances. Social and financial circumstances. Now, you and I can both, like we both know that in today's world where there is social pressure, you see your colleagues and like they seem to be comfortable in their financial situations. They seem to have enough. They seem to be established. And then you see yourself and you are like, so where am I? Like, am I also doing something? Because you are working, you are really working your ass off, and like you are not seeing anything as compared to what you see on social media. And this is like one of our major problems. We see people on social media and assume that everything is fine with them. So social pressure. Now, under social pressure, the continuous social and economic pressure, like you are under constant pressure. Like the English is not coming. My colleagues, okay, or my age mates, they seem to have made it. What about me? You understand? And that alone keeps bringing you some kind of mental problems you don't realize you are getting. Okay, so social media pressure and patcho. Now, secondly, we have biological factors. And these biological factors have to do with your genes, okay? Maybe you don't know of any immediate family that has any kind of mental problems, okay? You don't know whether your mom has, your dad has, maybe your immediate uncle, your first uncle, second uncle. You are not aware if any of them have it. But probably your great-grandparents had some form of mental disorder, okay, which could be passed down through your genes. So we have biological factors as well. Then the last one is lifestyle choices. So the kind of food we eat, are we sleeping enough? Where do we go? Our social circles. So the kind of lifestyle we live, where we live, what we eat, what we do, all these things influence your mental health. Okay. So a large proportion of people with mental health have more than one condition at a time. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to see the person with their clothes off before you can confirm that this person has a mental disorder, okay? So a large proportion of people who have been diagnosed with any form of mental disorder, they suffer more than one disorder at a time. Note, good mental health depends, please take note of this. Good mental health, okay? It depends on a delicate balance of factors. Good mental health depends on a delicate balance of factors and several elements of life, as well as the world. So good mental health, it depends on a delicate balance of factors. So you have to make sure that everything in your life is in one way or another balanced. You are not having more time for your social life and then less time for sleep, or more time for sleep and then you are eating less. All these things affect you. So you need to make sure that everything in your life is balanced. And then the world at large contributes to mental disorders. So like I said, social media, especially with TikTok. TikTok is killing us. And we are not realizing that because we see a lot of things, nice aesthetics, like nice background, and we automatically assume, oh, okay, this person is established. But no, that's not it. And then you give yourself pressure over that. So the world at large contributes to mental health. Okay. Now we have certain common disorders. This is where it's going to get interesting. This is where we will now start finding out where our madness is. So if you are enjoying the session so far, please, can I see a thumbs up in the comment section? If you're enjoying the session so far, can I see a thumbs up in the comment section? Okay. So we are going to be looking at common mental disorders, okay? And this is where we are going to find out that we are truly mad. The statement, everybody is mad, is not a lie, okay? Now, the first disorder we'll be looking at is anxiety. There are three major common mental disorders. And the first one is anxiety. And should I break them down, or I should break them down? Okay. So under anxiety, people who suffer with anxiety, okay, they have severe fear, which relates to certain objects or situations. Now, people, there's a connection here. Because I said severe fear, people will be like, by xenophobia. Phobia is different. Okay. Anxiety relates to a severe fear. That's like, sorry. Anxiety is a condition that has to do with severe fear of a certain object or situation. You see, here is where the difference comes in between phobia and anxiety. Phobia is just your fear of a particular object. So the fear of dark spaces or the fear of spiders, that's phobia. But anxiety, and phobia falls under anxiety. Okay, I hope you get it. Let me see a thumbs up if you get it, if I'm not confusing you. Please let me see a thumbs up if I'm not confusing you. Okay, so I'm not confusing some people. Please, if I'm confusing you, let me know. Okay, so most people with anxiety will try to avoid the exposure to whatever triggers their anxiety. Okay, so they are aware that this thing scares me so much. So they try as much as possible to avoid such situations. Okay. Now, some symptoms or any anything that will make you some things that will make you realize that, okay, I'm going towards the path of anxiety. The first thing is restlessness, like major restlessness, not me, I don't sleep early kind of restlessness. No. Actual restlessness where you fall asleep for less than like 10, 20 minutes, and then you are awake. You are in constant fear of falling asleep. Okay. So you are restless, you can't sleep. And then when you can't sleep, you become fatigued. So when you can't sleep properly, you are always tired. Then tense muscles. Your muscles are always tense. And then you have interrupted sleep. So first off, the sleep itself, you can't sleep. And then when you get a chance to sleep, the sleep is interrupted. Meanwhile, you've not done anything. So these, when you start experiencing these 4 major signs, then you realize that you're on your way to anxiety. Okay. Now, the first disorder we are going to look at under anxiety is panic disorder, or popularly known as panic attacks. So panic disorder, the person or the individual develops regular panic attacks, which involves sudden, overwhelming terror or sense of imminent disaster or even death. So at a particular point in time, the person just gets scared out of nowhere. And then the person's muscles tense up. It's sudden. It doesn't like start slowly. It's sudden. Whenever someone has a panic disorder, it's sudden. It always comes like precope. English is not my first language. Please, I hope you guys understand the trick. English is not my first language, so please pardon me. So yes, it's sudden. So sudden and overwhelming. So there are situations where you're like, I'm scared. But you even though you are scared, you can go about your day-to-day activities. But with overwhelming terror, this means that the person can't move or do anything at that instant unless the person learns how to even breathe again. And that's how we usually do. When they start getting panic attacks, the person seizes breath. You realize that the person starts panting for breath. Okay, and a lot of people mistake that for asthma. Because if flow freely. Hey, and then the other. Oh, I'll flow freely. Thank you. So someone has a panic attack in Ghana, because we don't know those things. We assume, oh, when you're asthma. And that's what we are doing. We are killing people. So it's instant. They get shortness of breath. They can't breathe properly. They are scared. They don't even allow you to touch them. Okay, so you have to work with the person through it. You tell the person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And then this helps the person calm down. And then the person will realize that, okay, I'm not in danger. Whatever I was panicking about or whatever I was scared of can't get me. Okay, so that's all about panic disorder. And most times they are not just scared. They feel the thing will kill them. They feel death is coming. Okay, so this is how we can help them. Now everybody needs to know their triggers. Someone can be triggered by this thing, like me being invited to talk on this Zoom call. I can panic over that because I'm going to be talking to like a number of people. I'm not seeing them. I don't know what like their reactions are. You get it? So you need to know your triggers, things that trigger your panic attacks, and then how you can stay away from them, or how you can help yourself or help someone when you realize the person is in a panic attack, and not just assume that the person is having an asthma attack. Okay, so second one is phobia under anxiety. The second one under anxiety is phobia. Now, like I said, phobia, the definition for phobia is quite similar to that of anxiety. But phobia is specific to one thing. Okay, anxiety is broad. Someone can be scared of multiple things or multiple situations. So you are scared of a thing and then a situation. But with phobia, you are scared of a particular thing. So someone has the fear of spiders. Okay. Now here you realize that in the beginning I was like, most people are diagnosed with multiple disorders. Yes. So when someone has a phobia, so let's say I'm scared of spiders or I'm scared of dark places, and you put me in a dark place, that means I'll be screaming. I start to have a panic. I start to panic. Now I can't breathe. That's panic attack. So you realize even though I have phobia, now I'm having panic attack as well. You get it? So most of these conditions are interlocked. So phobia is just the extreme fear of a particular thing. And we all do have our phobias. Just that Ghana, we do our body tough girl, tough boy. So like we don't really give our mind to such things. But people actually do suffer from phobias and they get panic attacks all the time. We have the third condition is obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, OCD, you hear OCD all the time. Please, let me see a thumbs up if you've ever heard OCD. Just OCD. Oh, so no one has heard OCD before. Oh, okay. So someone has heard OCD. Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. A lot of people have heard OCD. That's nice. So yes, OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, people suffering from OCD, it's funny. Like sometimes we get episodes of OCD and we don't realize that. Okay. Have you ever washed your hand, maybe you are ready to eat, you wash your hand, you are just about putting your hand in the food and you're like, no, I didn't wash my hand. Then you go back and wash your hand. Then you're just about eating and you're like, no, I didn't wash my hand well. Maybe this spot, I didn't wash this spot. Then you go back to wash your hand again. Now, there are people who suffer from this condition. It's actually a condition. It's a disorder. Wash your
I think this. Okay.
Okay, sorry. I think my network started to mess up there. So yeah, there are people who actually suffer from severe OCD. Okay. Now, these people, the person can leave their house, lock the door, get to maybe their main gate, and she's like, oh, I didn't lock my door. Come back, try, and the door is locked. You be like, no, I didn't lock my door. They'll come back again. There are severe, really severe cases. Some people suffer from color OCD. They are like, no, this thing needs to be in rainbow colors. Once you move one, you are going to trigger the person's OCD, and the person will start to panic. The person will get angry, extremely angry, start to panic. You get it? So someone, it could be dining table setting. You move one fork and the person is all over the place. So some people have a severe form of OCD. But our own is just washing our hands and eating. You wash your hand and you're like, no, I didn't wash my hand. No, I missed this spot. No, I didn't do this. That's OCD. That's all about OCD. And those ones, they are very difficult to manage on your own. Okay, unless therapy, they go through therapy. Some people take psychotic drugs for that. So, and then we have post-traumatic stress. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Yes, that's PTSD. So we hear PTSD all the time. Some people hear it, they don't know what it is. Previously, to be frank, I didn't know what it was. Yes, PTSD. I didn't know what it was until I went to nursing school, but I was always hearing it, especially in movies. But then I didn't know what it was until I went to nursing school. So that is post-traumatic stress disorder. A traumatic event happens in front of someone, and the person can't get away from it. The person keeps reliving that moment. So let's say there is armed robbery, police come in, there are gunshots, the armed robber has been killed in front of you. Okay, now this is a traumatic event. You've seen someone's life being taken away from the person because of robbery. So sometimes maybe the trigger word can just be robbery or armed or police. Then the person starts to relive the moment where he saw the person being killed. And it's in the person's mind. The person can't get away from it. Okay. So the person is stressed over that traumatic situation. What happened in front of the person, and the person can't get away from it. He's always reliving, or she's always reliving that situation, and they feel they are at fault. It's because of them, because they were there. Maybe they have no relation to it, but because they were there, they feel maybe I could have stopped it. I could have done this to stop it. And then they start to stress. They start to panic. They can't breathe. They start to feel bad. You get it? So these ones also are managed by therapy. and then certain psychotic drugs because of the panic attacks. So those are the four main disorders under anxiety. So someone just like, I'm anxious, like I have anxiety. No, you don't have anxiety. You are just stressed. Okay. We don't realize that anxiety is broad. You get it? Anxiety is broad. All these things fall under anxiety. And then we just assume that, oh, because I feel scared of the interview I'm about to have, then I have anxiety. No. But you should also take note that if you are restless, you are always tired, your muscles are always tense, and you are always having interrupted sleep, you have a mental disorder. Oh. Yes. You do have a mental disorder. So you should check it out. Because if you are mentally stable, you should be able to sleep. If you are mentally stable, you should be able to eat. You should be able to know that, you should be able to be aware that this situation is stressing me and I should work this way around this situation. You get it? But if you are not able to realize that this is stressing you, this is giving you sleepless nights, that means you are mentally unstable. Because you need to be stable to be able to realize that, to be aware of that. I hope I'm making sense. Please come again with the point. Okay. So if you have any of these, okay, not even any, if you have multiple, so maybe 3 or 4, or 3 or all of these. If you are restless, you are always tired, your muscles are always tense, and then you always have interrupted sleep, it means that you are mentally unstable. Because if you are mentally stable, because we learned that mental health is the well-being, awareness of, we learned that social phobia causes anxiety. Oh, sorry. Someone just left a message. What if your social phobia causes anxiety? Can't people say they are anxious? No, I didn't say you can't say you are anxious. Okay, what I am saying, you said social phobia. Okay, so you realize that you have a phobia, and phobia falls under anxiety, right? So I didn't say that you can't say you are anxious. I am saying that most times in Ghana, we just assume that we have anxiety when, like, we are nowhere close to having anxiety. I hope you get what I'm saying. So you mentioned social phobia. It means you are scared of social gatherings or going into people. You understand? So yes, that will trigger your anxiety, since phobia is even under anxiety. So I hope you are okay with that. I hope that's cleared up. Sorry. I hope that's cleared up. So we talked about you realizing your ability to cope. You realizing your own abilities and then being able to cope with stress. That's work stress from anywhere. It can be relationship stress, work stress, family stress. You being able to work with stress, okay? You knowing, being aware that this is stress, and then I'm able to cope with this stress alone means that you are mentally healthy. okay, or you are mentally aware of yourself. I hope you get what I'm saying. The one who said I should pick the point again. I hope you are getting me, please. Hannah, right? Was it Hannah? Hannah, I hope you get what I'm saying.
I think we'll continue. We'll do the question and answers when you're done with the presentation, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
So kindly write all your questions down, and then she'll answer them when you're done, because I think she has a lot more to share. So please go on.
Okay. So yeah, that's on anxiety. So we are done with anxiety. Now the rest, we wouldn't really be talking much on the rest, but okay. We would concentrate more on the second one. So that's where we will find our problems, where our disorder comes in. As Ghanaians, everybody will find their own here. Hopefully, if you don't find yours here, then you are safe. Then you are sure you are not part of the mad population. So the second major disorder we are looking at is mood disorders. Yes, mood disorders. This laughter alone, okay, means that people are going to find yes. So these people have significant changes in mood. Okay, their mood can change at any time. Ghanaians, may your mood swing. Every woman, exactly, every woman has this. So their mood changes at any time, generally involving mania. Now, when we say mania, mania is high energy and elation. So the person seems to be always happy. That's mania. Or depression. So mania or depression. We learn about depression. Because Ghana, I'm depressed. I'm tired. And that depression actually me. Yes, Ghana, yeah. In fact, ladies, yes, ladies. And I'm happy this is a majorly female forum, right? Yeah. So the first disorder we are going to look at under mood disorder is major depression. Major depression. Now, those who suffer from major depression experience constant low mood. Constant low mood. Now, and then loss of interest in activities and even events that they previously enjoyed. So if you know someone or you yourself suffer from constant low mood, you are severe or extremely sad, or you don't feel like you have the energy to do the things you used to enjoy anymore, please start looking towards finding a therapist, because you are heading towards depression. Okay. So we just sit there and be like, oh, and say the depression actually you. Please, depression actually also a club. That is not depression. That is not all. Depression is when you experience constant low, constant. So that's the key word here. Constant. It's continuous. It's not like, oh, today I'm sad. Tomorrow, dear, no. Like tomorrow, hey, Dale, let's go to the club. No, that's not depression. Exactly. We can't come and kill ourselves, but that is not depression. Okay. Depression is when you experience constant low mood. Okay, and then you no longer enjoy the things that you used to enjoy. Not your friend. Yes, please don't go and see your friend. See an actual therapist, because they are the ones that can help you this. There are deep antidepressants. Okay, there are certain psychotic drugs that raise your mood. So if you suffer from depression, this will help you. But please don't, if you even go, they will not sell it for you without prescription. So those are prescription drugs. You need to see a therapist, or you need to see a psychotic doctor first, then mental health doctor. Then you get your prescription. See. Now we have bipolar disorder. We have bipolar disorder. There's a popular person in Ghana that suffers from bipolar disorder. I hope we've all heard. If you don't know bipolar crap because of her, you've heard of it. Please let me see a thumbs up if you've heard of her, or you've heard of bipolar disorder. Can I see a thumbs up in the comment section? Oh, okay, okay. Hey, a lot of people have heard of her. That's nice. That's nice. So yes, when we say bipolar disorder, okay, they experience unusual changes in their mood. Unusual changes in their mood, energy levels, levels of activity, and ability to continue their daily lives. So people who suffer from bipolar, their mood, so this is the real mood swing, and it's constant. It's constant. And it changes unusually. So one moment she's smiling with you very happily, you are chatting, and then she gets angry. Keeya, is it touching you? Because this your
seriously, it's really making a lot of sense. Like how?
Yes. So one moment the person is smiling with you, or like you are just chatting, and then the next moment she's angry over no reason. Like nothing triggered the anger. Okay. And you are not, to you, nothing triggered the anger. But probably a word, just a single word you said, could have triggered the person's switch in mood. Okay. And it's unusual, like I said. So like one word you feel is a regular conversation, and then that one word has triggered the person's switch in emotions. Okay. And it's very constant. And the next time she's back and she's smiling, you're like, this is not the one who was just angry. It doesn't make sense. So yes, that's bipolar disorder. And the girl is actually displaying it well. You see, one moment she's smiling all over, the next moment she's exposing herself. I don't want to mention her. For those who don't know her. Yes, it's very unusual. And we hear bipolar, we take it to be something that is very simple, or something that is common, something that we live with it every day. But no, people are actually suffering from it because they are losing a lot of friends or a lot of family members who think they don't respect. And I say, well, who are the only casano to come central? But no, you are triggering their emotions to change without realizing it. So most people who even suffer from bipolar don't know what triggers their mood swings. You get it? So it's up to you to study. Maybe you have that one friend. It's up to you to study. Oh, okay, maybe there are these words I say that makes her angry, makes her sad, extremely sad. There are these things we talk about that makes her happy. Then you realize that, oh, okay, some madam from bipolar only. Zakia has some. So yeah, that's bipolar. And their energy levels and ability to do things are like one moment, oh, okay, I'll go. Maybe they will organize a party, okay. They are the organizers, and then on the D-Day, they are like, need their own go. So it affects their activities, their social life, and everything. So if you are, if you've observed that thing about yourself, please go for therapy. I beg you. It's this aid,
this one, dear. I don't know, like, there's procrastination. When you finish, we'll ask all our questions. Please, let's write our questions down, because what she's saying here, it looks like all of us are crazy, like we are all mad. So let's write our questions down.
Sorry, yeah. So that's all about bipolar disorder. Then we have schizophrenia. Please, if you've heard about schizophrenia, you've heard of the word schizophrenia. Can I see a thumbs up? Schizophrenia. Yes. Okay. So we have schizophrenia disorder. There's this popular TikTok sound going around about makeup. The word is in there about contouring. And then you think I'll be schizophrenic and I'm playing with cat shit. Schizophrenia is very complex. It's a whole topic on its own. If we have to start with schizophrenia today, I'm sure we need like 6 sections before we can finish with schizophrenia. So it's very broad, and then signs and symptoms of schizophrenia can typically start to show between the ages of 16 to 30 years. So schizophrenia is very broad, and then we can't, and even experts are not even sure of where to begin when it comes to schizophrenia. So we are just going to leave it be, okay, because it's a very complex condition. It encompasses a whole lot of other conditions. So I can give you signs and symptoms of maybe depression or manic depression. So I did mention manic depression is like bipolar. So one moment the person is extremely happy, the next moment the person is extremely sad. That's manic depression. So I can give you symptoms of those ones, and the person will still have schizophrenia. So that one is very broad, so we will not be talking about that today. Now we are going to be looking at early signs of mental disorders. Things you should take notice of to warn yourself, and then rush to the hospital, rush to any mental health institution to find a therapist, okay? The first one is when you start to withdraw from your friends and family. Is when you start to withdraw from your friends and family. That's the first thing you should look at. Wait, why am I withdrawing from them? Is this something they did? Okay. I'm not saying that if your friends and your family members insult you, don't draw away from them. No. Or like when you have a falling out with them, don't draw. But when you yourself realize that I'm drawing away from them with no apparent reason, okay, they didn't do anything to me. There's nothing that actively makes me want to draw away from them, but then I'm drawing away from them. Then you realize that you are going towards mental disorders. Okay. The second one is when you start avoiding activities that you usually enjoy. So when you start avoiding activities, maybe first you used to enjoy sitting out just on your own, maybe go to the beach, sit there, and now you don't want to do that anymore. Third one, when you sleep too much or you sleep too little. When you sleep too much or you sleep too little. Then when you eat too much or you eat too little. Yes. So standardly, maybe it's different when you're on a diet. Maybe your diet requires you to eat 6 times a day, or your diet requires you to eat once a day. That's different. Even with diets that require you to eat once a day, you are supposed to eat till you are satisfied. But now you realize that you are eating too little, like something usually wouldn't even satisfy a child. Okay. Or you are eating too much. You should check that one out. When you are feeling hopeless, you start to feel hopeless. When you are having consistent low energy, your energy is always low. It's not like my energy is low today, tomorrow. Okay, I seem to have picked up, I'm happy. No. When your energy is low consistently, and then when you use mood altering substances, okay, like alcohol, like nicotine, among other things, just to make you feel happy again. Like maybe you feel my mood is too low, alcohol makes me happy. No, alcohol is not supposed to make you happy. When you're already happy and you are enjoying with friends, that's when you drink alcohol. Okay. So when you are using mood, when you realize that, okay, now I'm using a lot of nicotine, I'm using a lot of alcohol to keep my mood up, then you should start working towards the health center, the mental health center. Then when you display a lot of negative emotions, it doesn't necessarily have to be sadness. When you are always in disgust, anger, okay, so sadness, disgust, anger, the negative emotions, these are the ones I remember. So when you are constantly having negative emotions, you should start working towards finding a therapist. Then you're always confused. Always being confused. That should also move you towards that. So some of the treatments some of the conditions are treated with medications. Therapy helps a lot of people. So you go, they give you medications, you have therapy, and then self-help. Self-help works with people who are aware of their conditions. Indeed, we are all mad, yes. So if you realize that, oh, this I'm leaning towards having this condition, then you try to do things that will take you out of that condition. Okay. So that's all on the presentation on mental health. I hope you enjoyed the sections. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask them, and I'll try my best to answer them for you.
Okay, so wow, that's a lot. I was saying to myself, hey, Anna, my bottom. No, not the normal, my bottom phrase. So like the symptoms she mentioned, I'm like, I experienced this. So kindly put your questions in the comment section so I read them to her. What I would like to know what exactly causes bipolar. Okay.
So bipolar, like I said, most mental conditions don't come overnight. Okay. So if you check on the symptoms of these things, you realize that they are not caused by a specific thing. Okay. They are not caused by maybe I went to eat this food and then it gave me this condition. No, mental conditions are experienced by, like I said, either genes, social and economic pressure, and then our lifestyle choices. So sometimes places we go to or things we do can lead to these are mental conditions. Bipolar is not like malaria that you say, oh, mosquito bit me and I got malaria. No. It's about your social circle, the kind of lifestyle you are living. And the lifestyle, Ghana, lifestyle alone disturbs like a lot of things, even when it comes to your regular health. Okay, so those are things you need to worry about. More of allowing social media pressure to get to you, then you can develop these conditions. Please, I hope you are answered.
Okay, so we have another question here. It says that how do you differentiate between a schizophrenic person from bipolar person?
Okay, so like I said, bipolar is under mood disorders. That's a different major disorder on its own. And schizophrenia is also on its own. Okay, it's also a different type of broad topic disorder. So schizophrenia and bipolar, I can say, I don't want to say they don't have any link. Okay, someone can be schizophrenic and still have bipolar disorder. Okay, now we didn't talk about schizophrenia. So if I want to even explain the difference, it still wouldn't make sense. Because schizophrenia is a whole other thing. It's on its own. They can decide to play with cat shit cry, or they can see you wearing a shirt and tell you it's ugly without realizing it's insulting. Okay. They are not in touch with their emotions. But with bipolar, the emotions are there, but you are not able to control them. Okay, so I hope you are answered. Or I hope I made sense.
So that's, a lot. Okay, someone has a comment in here. She says, I also learned that bipolar can be genetically acquired from a parent. That's hereditary. So is bipolar hereditary?
Yeah, every mental disorder is hereditary, not just bipolar. So like I said earlier, when we were talking about risk factors or like causes of mental disorders, we mentioned genetics as one of them. This year's so we mentioned genetics as one of them. And I was like, even if you don't know of any immediate family, okay, who has any kind of mental disorder, it could be that your great-grandparents or maybe your fourth, fifth, sixth uncle or auntie. So somewhere in the family, someone might have it and you are not aware. But you got that gene. You were unfortunate enough to have that gene. So yes, it's highly, highly, highly possible.
Okay, so time is fast spent. I also have my question. Let me quickly ask that about the OCD. The OCD. Is it that when it happens frequently and not the normal? Because sometimes you lock the door when you're going to bed, you lie in bed, you tuck yourself in bed, and in your mind you're like, did I lock this door or not? And then you go back to check and then it's locked. So I want to know, is it, when you start experiencing it in the early stages, do you see a therapist, or it's advisable to see a therapist when it's really, really severe and bad? And my next question is, you mentioned something about the mania thing, me being really extremely happy. That's about them. I want to know, how different is that from being hyperactive? Because especially with the youth, we are youthfully exuberant. Yeah, I don't want to go mad. With the youth, we are usually youthful exuberant, so that's quite hyperactive. So how is it the same as mania, like my brother man, or is different. And my last question is, you asked us to if you avoid activities you used to enjoy, meaning you are beginning to like be mad, or so I want to know whether maybe I used to like watching movies. 2-3 years down the line, I don't enjoy them anymore. For some reasons, different taste and differences changed, so I don't enjoy them anymore. Does that mean I'm going mad, or I'm about to go mad and I'm about them? Like, I don't know. So please, those are my questions.
What was your first question?
Okay, so my first question was about the OCD.
Okay. So yes. Throughout the whole thing, I kept saying constant. So it's different that maybe you wash your hands today and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't wash my hand. Did I wash my hand? Or did I wash my hands well? That's different. But if you are constantly doing it, okay, you realize that it's now affecting your daily life. Now you are always late to work because you don't know whether you locked your door. It's affecting your input, your productivity. That's when you start realizing that, oh, okay, this is now worrying me. Okay. And your second question has to do with?
My second question has to do with the mania hyperactive thing, the youthful exuberance thing. Are they the same? Yeah. What's the difference?
No, we are the youth. We are growing. we explore, we have fun. But extreme happiness for no reason. Okay. There is nothing that is making you active. Like you are too active for yourself, and there's nothing that is triggering that happiness. It doesn't mean that don't be happy yourself, like you should happy yourself. Okay. But when there is nothing triggering, like there's how do I put it? It's constant. You are constantly happy for no reason, no apparent reason. That's mania. Okay. You are constantly hyperactive for no reason. Maybe, oh, okay, I got a new toy, I'm happy. I got some good news, I'm happy. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy having all of these things. But at this point, I'm happy for no reason. There's nothing that I should be happy about. Maybe there's even someone mourning and I'm happy that someone died. You understand? That's when mania comes in. And your third question was...
third question is, you said beginning stages of getting mad is when you avoid things you used to enjoy. Okay. What if it was my taste and preference that changed?
Yes. So again, I'm going back to constant. Yes. So yes, we are growing. Our taste and preferences change. It doesn't mean that you wouldn't watch a movie anymore. You definitely, maybe once in a while, decide to watch a movie when you are bored. But constant, maybe, let's say you go out to sell every day. Okay, so maybe let's say you sell provisions. Okay, when you get up, you go out to work. You enjoy going to work. You enjoy what you do. Then, out of the blue, now you're like, today I'll not go. Tomorrow I'll not go. Like, what does it give me? Like when I'm sitting there, I don't gain anything. You understand? Or things that you would normally enjoy. So like, I used an example of you going out to the beach on your own. It doesn't necessarily mean with friends. So maybe not that you don't have money. It's different that, oh, I don't have money to go. Okay. But this time you're like, I'll not go. Why should I go? I don't gain anything from going there. And you keep getting sad even when you think about those things. You are not enjoying them anymore. Okay. If your tastes change, that's different. Like, I no longer enjoy watching movies. Like, because probably the times you were enjoying watching movies, you didn't have a job or you didn't have anything you were actively doing in life. Now you have things you're actively doing in life. So once in a while when you're bored, you can watch a movie. But with this situation, you no longer enjoy the party. I hope you are answered.
Yes, answered, and thank you very much for delving into all that. I really, really understand. When I saw the flyer, the poster, I was like, hey, this mental health thing. Okay, well, let's see what she says. And then when you were giving details about mental health, I was like, hey, am I crazy? Am I mad? And then in the end, I realized, okay, it's not excessive, so I'm not mad. And I hope, these questions were running into your minds as well. This has been really, really, really interactive and fun. I would say it was educative. Please, let's see your shouting in the comment section with hearts emoji, please. I wish we could learn more, but spent literally everything. So if you really enjoyed this, let's see the heart emojis in the comment section, please. Thank you very much for joining once again. Thank you very much, Miss Farida, for taking time out of your busy schedule to choose to, educate us on this. It was very insightful. Thank you very much for taking time. Thank you very much for joining. And then we'll meet again, same time next week. Bye.